Hello and welcome again to The Tried Truth. Today I'm going to do a comparison video. I just picked up this fragrance here from, I think it's Pandora, and it is Noir d'Arabie, and it's supposedly a clone of this fragrance, inspired by this fragrance here, which is by Montal, Arabians Tonka. So I'm kind of curious. I want to see. In fact, I just picked up Arabians Tonka not long ago, and pleasantly surprised, in fact, overwhelmingly surprised how good this actually is. And if this is anything close to it, as I said when I did a review video on this one, if this is even close, I would want it just so I didn't have to spend this one. This one is rather expensive, and even though it's 100 ml, I just don't want to run out of it, and I don't want to have to buy it again. However, this one here, let's get into it. So I'll start with the notes of this one. The top notes are saffron and bergamot, and then in the middle you get agarwood, oud, Bulgarian rose, and then in the base you get sugar cane, tonka bean, amber, and white musk. And I'm sure I will have posted those there. Okay, so, and I will have posted the notes for the Montal fragrance here, and they are saffron, bergamot, agarwood, Bulgarian rose, sugar cane, tonka bean, amber, white musk, and oak moss. So this one's got a few more notes than this one does. So anyway, the presentation as far as the box goes on this, we'll get into this one real quick here. Okay, all right. Okay, so I got it open, and it is a heavy, I believe it's a glass bottle. It has to be. It's a super heavy bottle. So that's the bottle on that, and not a magnetic cap, but very snug. You could pick it up with the cap if you wanted to. Kind of looks like a Mancera bottle. Again, there is the fragrance and concentration. It is an EDP. So, all right, guys. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spray this one here on this wrist. Let's go with the top. Let's check that atomizer too. All right. 1, 2. All right, good. Okay. Smells familiar. And here we go. Okay. 2 on that one, so. All right, so back to this. Okay, guys. Okay. So, wow. What do I say first? Yeah, guys, I gotta be honest with you. These are very, very close. Okay, all right, well, all right, I gotta be brutally honest. The Montal is a lot better, okay? Well, okay, it's not as rough around the edges. The Montal, you definitely get a smoother, woody tonka bean, definitely a sweet sugar cane, and then, oh man, wow. Guys, these are virtually identical. It was just the opening that was really different. The Montal comes out nice and smooth and just very, very, just almost perfect. And the d'Arabie just took a second. Wow, these are super close. So, okay, $180 or $40. You take your pick. And I'm telling you, this is close enough. This is absolutely close enough that you could certainly save some money. I think it's a spot-on interpretation. I'm not going to call it a clone. I don't think that's what it's doing. However, it really does look like a Mancera bottle. The Montal Arabians Tonka is a better fragrance. In fact, I don't know what it'll be like later on, but right now, wow. there's such a subtle difference. I can't even really pick it out all that easily. I love the Montal. I love it. Okay. I wore it, did a full wearing. It lasted well into the next day. It's still on my clothes. I got some on the collar of my jacket. It's still on there. And that was over a week ago. But at this point, they're identical. At this point, they're absolutely identical. There's just a smoothness to the Montal. But this one, it's not screechy at all. It's just, there's a difference. There's a difference in how the notes are being presented. A different kind of sort of layout, if you will. You have the addition of oak moss in the Montal. That's the only difference. Everything else is identical. Yeah, I mean, it's spot on. There's quality in this bottle for $40, and the presentation is high quality as well. I mean, this is heavy. It probably, I don't know what it would weigh, but definitely over a pound. This thing is heavy. So, and this one, it's just very thin aluminum can, but it's still 100 milliliters of liquid inside. Guys, I got to be honest with you. I'm at this point in the first impression, I can't see enough difference to say that the Montal's all that much better. It is, I mean, at this point, it is. I like the oud in the Montal. Wow, guys, I got to be honest with you. These are so close. I don't really know what to say. I'm trying to find a way to stick up for the Montal and say, oh, it's just so much better. But I got to be honest with you. They're so close. I really can't see a huge difference here. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed with the Pandora fragrance. I'm super impressed with it. Kind of shocked that it's as good as it is. It really is. The Montal has a very, very good oud in it. In fact, the Montals are, I believe they're known for that. That's one of the things that they stand out for. Their oud is top notch. And I'm not going to say that it's better or higher quality than what's in the Pandora, but you don't get as much oud out of the Pandora. You get more Tonka bean. Basically, I don't know about more Tonka bean, but for the lack of oud, you kind of notice the Tonka bean more in the Pandora. Now, with the Montal, you really pick up on the oud. It's a prominent. It's like the main player, and then Tonka bean and the sugar and the sweetness and the amber kind of blend really well in the Montal. With the Pandora, you're not getting as much oud. That's what I'm starting to see right at this point. I'm not saying it's not there, because it is. And this is a rough first impression, because this one is really good quality. I'm telling you, it's not the easiest thing to compare these two, because they're so similar. I'm telling you, this is in the 90 percentile of being identical. It's probably about 93% spot on. There's slight differences. The quality of the oud in the Montal is better. It's smooth. It's got a muskiness to it. The oud is just really, really a smooth transition from the oud to the other notes. And with this one, the oud is present. All I can tell you is it's just a different interpretation of this. It's the same notes, but they've presented it in a different way. It's still getting the same destination. It's still getting the job done the same way. It's just doing it a little bit different. The notes are there. The oud is smooth and The oud is really smooth in the Montal fragrance. In fact, I'm going to say this, and I don't want to put any stigmas or negativity on the Montal. There's a nice stinkiness to the oud in the Montal, and that's what you get with Montals. You get this realistic interpretation of that type of oud. Now with this one, you still get oud, but I don't get that traditional funk with the Pandora. In fact, you may like this better if you're not a fan of stinky ouds. Now, the oud in this, it's not a bad smell. When I call it stinky, it's just the characteristic of the type of oud that Montal uses. It's fragrant, it is loud, it is bodacious oud, and it's a creamy, I don't know if that's going to work, but it's a really smooth, milky, kind of creamy, smooth oud, almost like chocolate or cocoa. It just works. And then this one, you're getting oud, but it's tolerable. It's not, yeah, it's a tolerable oud. In fact, this would be more mainstream. This would be more mass appealing, more crowd pleasing. This fragrance right here is awesome stuff. I like it equal. I like it equal. I do like the Montal a little bit better, but it's not enough. I mean, I'm glad I have the Montal. Man, I don't even know what else to say. I'm tripping over my own words. Guys, this stuff is a banger. This is really good for the money. The quality is superb for $40. $36 is even better. I'm very impressed. I got to be honest with you. I'm very impressed. Wow. Yeah. Okay. The power of the Montal fragrance is really just nuclear. Okay. And here's a difference that I'm really starting to notice. This is nuclear. Okay. And this one is really, really good, but it's, at this point, it's looking like about 15 minutes in. The Montal is pulling away. Like if this was a race, the Montal is really starting to get ahead because it's just going nuclear right now. Whereas this one, it's really starting to settle down, and it's not as loud as the Montal. The Montal is just, like I said, 2 sprays, and you can see this oily glisten. I'm going to move these back because I don't want to knock them over. But check this out, if you can catch this. Okay. Well, I can see it, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But the Montal is very oily here on my wrist. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but you can see it's just glistening. Now, this one, where I applied it here, it's kind of a little drier. Yeah, it seems a little drier, but the Montal, like I said, I can see the shimmer right across my skin here. You can really see it. It's very oily. The concentration on the Montal is definitely got a lot higher concentration of oils. So that could be a lot to do with it too. Now, this was just shipped today. So it's cold. It hasn't really macerated and came to room temperature yet. So that could be one issue. I'm not going to count that as a strike against this one, but I can clearly see the oil concentrations are higher in the Montal. So I have to, if I got to pick a winner, I'm going to pick the Montal. It's better. It is better. But this one is doing nearly the same thing. It's just not as loud. It's not as smooth, but it is really, really good. This thing is really, really good. In that price range, the $40 price range, this is probably going to be one of the better fragrances for your money. I'm telling you. As far as a great cheapie, this is going to make every list. This thing's going to come out like a gangbanger here. This thing, it's going to take over the whole cheapie list you watch. In the next few months, all the reviewers, this is going to be in their top 10 cheapie list. This is especially for 2023. It's starting to develop different characteristics now. It is still similar to this one, but wow, man, the Montal is so much better. And it's not because this is bad. It's just, like I said, this thing is nuclear. This thing is that good. And this one, yeah, this is okay. I'll just say it. It's a cheaper version of that. I mean, and that pretty much sums it up. It is a cheaper version of that. It was never going to be as good, especially for the fact that there's no way the quality in this can be as good as that. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the markup on this is because of the advertising. Maybe it's the house. Maybe it's the name, the branding. I don't know. But it seems like this bottle would cost more to make than this. I could be wrong. This is aluminum. It doesn't weigh very much. This one's glass. It's got a nice atomizer. Heavy, decent cap. Yeah, I don't know. But the quality of the ingredients, I don't know. Maybe they buy bulk with this one. I'm not sure, but I can tell you this much. The Montal is just, yeah, it's just nuclear compared to this one. This one is just kind of a little easier to take. It's laid back. You could probably go with a few more sprays of this one, whereas this one, if you go over 5 sprays with this one, you're going to regret it, trust me. But it is a lovely scent. Don't get me wrong. I love this stuff. This is easily in my top 10 favorite of all time fragrances. I like this one that much. And this one I really like too, especially for the price. But yeah, this is still top quality for a cheapie. This is still top quality. In fact, this right here is probably going to go up in price, I'd say. What's going to happen is everybody's going to want it. It's going to start selling out. And then eBay is going to get a hold of it. And then they're going to start gouging everybody to get this one. So if you want it, get it now. Pandora Scents. Actually, the name of the place that shipped it to me. Oh, Aroma Concepts is, I don't know who makes it. If it's sold by Aroma Concepts and Pandora Scents is the line or the developer, I don't know. But anyway, this is actually really good, guys. I'm telling you. So it says on their website, Noir d'Arabie Pandora is a fragrance that unveils the enigmatic allure of the Arabian Nights. This scent is a harmonious blend of notes that bewitches both men and women alike. At the very first encounter, saffron and bergamot in the top notes create a luminous and spicy opening. These notes set the stage for the opulent symphony that follows. The heart of the fragrance reveals the captivating essence of agarwood, also known as oud, and the timeless beauty of Bulgarian rose. These middle notes infuse the composition with an exotic and floral depth that speaks of the passion and allure. At the base, Noir d'Arabie Pandora leaves a lasting impression with notes of sugarcane, tonka bean, amber, and white musk. This foundation is sweet, warm, and enveloping, leaving an incredible mark on the senses. This fragrance is more than just a perfume. It is an invitation to embrace the enhancement of Arabian Nights, a celebration of passion and a tribute to timeless elegance. Okay, and it goes on. Noir d'Arabie Pandora encourages you to explore the world of gender-neutral scents and immerse yourself in a captivating narrative where the boundaries of masculinity and femininity blur. Indulge in the allure of Noir d'Arabie by Paris Corner Perfumes, and let its rich and exotic blend of saffron and oud rose and sweet warmth of the base notes transport you to a world where passion and elegance coexist harmoniously. With each application, you are invited to become a part of this captivating story, leaving a trail of mystique and allure wherever you go. Okay, guys, I couldn't have written that better myself. And with that, I'll end the review. Montal wins, and I'm not going to say a landslide, but it wins. It's clearly going to win. Come on, guys. The menthol is just nuclear compared to this, okay? But this is still good. This is definitely good. This is a contender, guys. And earlier I told you the oud in this is a different type of oud. This one's still good. It's still noticeable. It's still there. But out of the two, this one is the weaker fragrance. I mean, come on, look at the price. I'm not going to say that price is everything, but you're paying a lot more for some reason for this one. And I don't think it's all just name and branding. I think there's quality in the menthol, and I think there's quality here. And I can't really speak on what is in this. Hey, guys, I'm telling you. But for $40, you're getting very close to the real deal. If this is actually a clone of that. And I do believe it is. I do believe it is. I mean, come on. They're extremely similar. Like I said, about 93%. This one has this one is kind of, at this point, you know, it's just compared to the menthol, you know, the menthol is still alive. It's still robust. It's still nuclear. It's still a rolling, evolving, kind of transforming fragrance, whereas the Pandora is already in the dry down stages. It's kind of dusty. It's still sweet and ambery. It's still got the sugar thing going on. I don't get as much rose as I think you pick up the rose better in the menthol. But in both of them, the rose is not a major player, and I'm happy about that. It's not overly rosy. It's just a floral backdrop to everything else going on. But saffron and bergamot, those are major players in both fragrances. Yeah. I gotta give it to menthol on this one, but it's not a landslide. It's not by that much. It's a clear win, but yeah, the Noir d'Arabie is definitely in the $40 market. It is king. It just took over the $40 range. This rules. This is easily the best fragrance you can pick up for $40. Easily, 100%. This is, you know. I'm kind of thinking in my head right now, what are the best cheapies out there? What's the best one? I don't know. I mean, you can get Encre Noir, and everybody talks about how great that's like a $25 cheapie, but this is a $40 bottle now. At the $40 range, this is still, in my book, this takes top tier for the $40 range. This is the best $40 fragrance that I think money can buy right here. I really do. I really do. In fact, it's going to dominate the $40 range. Under $50, this is top tier right here. It really is. Anyway, I'm glad you guys stopped by to check out the review and the comparison, first impression, all of the above. I'm very pleased. I'm happy. Great pickup here, guys. You know, I'll wear this. I won't have to spend that one. And but oh man, this is, woo, man. Check this one out. If you're curious about this one, check this one out. This is a step in the right direction, and then you can kind of see what that one's all about. But this one, ooh, it is, wow, it's the king of the $40 fragrances right here. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you next time.